Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melder Production, and today I want to talk about the Oscillator Sync module. This came out a while ago, but I just never got to it, so I thought I would today. So this is inside MSoundfactory. Here we have just an oscillator. It sounds like this. Basic. What I want to do is, instead of adding another oscillator and using a merger to put them together, we can just use one simple thing, which is the Oscillator Sync module here. Just put it right below there and it'll pass through here. If we play it, it's going to sound exactly the same. But when we move the semitones here and change the pitch on the Oscillator Sync, it'll sound very different, like this. So, of course, we don't want to move it with the mouse. What we probably want to do is use something like this to modulate it. Now, I could use my, let's say, what am I going to use? MIDI CCs, like this. So I'll move this up, and on my controller, I can just move it. Like that. But if you don't want to do that by hand, we could use an LFO, like this. And of course, you can set the pitch wherever you want, like this. Or we'd use an envelope here, but I think I just wanted to kind of slope down quickly. I could do that with an envelope, but I think this attack is just easier. Go into here, have this set where it's curved down, and set the time however you want. Let's try around 500 so. And if we want to maybe move this around depending on the velocity, we can do that. Actually, first, before we do that, let us set up the velocity shape. So now, anytime I hit it, it's going to be the same volume. Now we can use this level here, control it by the velocity, like this. Got modulation on top of modulation. Where is my velocity? Here it is. Okay. Move this all the way to about 100% there. Now when I hit it lightly, you won't hear anything. If I hit it harder, etc. So that's one cool thing you can do if you want. Make this a little bit higher. Another thing I can do here is, say, instead of moving that, we can also, what I probably want to do is change this to a square wave like this. I like that a little bit better. And of course, we can change the pulse width here. Like that. And instead of using the semitones, we can use the attack on here if we want, like this. And we'd even use both of these together like this, turn them both on. Now, you don't have to do that. I can leave this off if I want. Some other cool things you could do is I could use an LFO, and instead of doing what I did before, just having it go like this. If I want to, I could hand sync this up to tempo, but don't really need to do that here. What I can do is just use a step sequencer like this. Now I have these, and this is just going to go on and off. Slow it down a bit. Not too interesting, but if we make it an interesting pattern, like let's say syncopation 8, like here. So that's some fun thing you can do, and something slightly different I can do with that if I don't have an LFO here. So let me just turn this off for a second. I can use arpeggiator like this, and let's say I have it on 16th notes. I can do it 16th notes or 8th notes. If we push a button, it'll just play over and over again. but that's kind of boring. So what I can do here is, instead of using the LFO, if I think that I don't like that pattern, I want it to just sound more random, I can actually use this note random here, and every time it hits something, it's going to be a different sound. Let's see, turn this up like 36. There we go, like this. And now, since I have the ARP on, I'll just play a C note, and every single time that note repeats, it's going to play a different semitone like this. This always sounds better faster, I think, like this. So you get those kind of like old computer type sounds. So if you want that, you can do this easily. And there's actually a lot more you can do with this. It has a unison here, but I actually don't think this sounds that good, so I recommend not using it. But some of the other transforms can sound good, so you can try some of those, see what you like there. And of course, you can try it with different waveforms. I think the square sounds the best, but try it with other things. I think the really interesting thing is you don't have to use this normal oscillator here. You can actually use any other type of input into it to get like weird and interesting sounds. So maybe I'll show that in a future video. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Leave me any questions or comments down below, and check out all the other plugins at meldedproduction.com. Till next time, see you.